insurance rates, and again, there are things in your business you can't replace. So money-wise, down to the business itself, we're talking $4 billion annually lost, and that's just for that one's really based on turnover or something bad happening. When your business is shut down and it's in the paper that you had some bad event or the fire, whatever it is, and months later you're still not in business. You've lost money, you've lost employees, your and the public is damaged, and you end up part of this $4 billion annually being lost. To turn over a single employee, to just count, if one person's not satisfied, walks out the door, you're talking 150 to 200% of their annual salary just to replace them, because you're going to have lost productivity while they're gone. You're going to have somebody else losing their productivity while they cover the critical stuff from the employee that left. You're going to have the hiring process, the interviews, background checks. You're taking employees' time. You're paying somebody to do that. Then you're going to have training time when they come on board, where they're not producing and someone's teaching them, which means they're not doing their job to the full capacity. So just to replace one employee, you look at that employee's annual salary, double it, and that's how much money you lost just by losing your one person that you had on board. And then hiring a bad employee is another deficit to you. They're talking about billions of dollars lost. In fact, 6% of all annual revenue is estimated by this is a Chamber of Commerce report that said that 6% of all revenue is lost to employee theft. Now, maybe if your company is small and you didn't lose any money, the law of averages says that somebody else lost your 6% and their 6% somewhere else. But hiring somebody and bringing them into your business, and 1/3 of all businesses have employee theft as part of their problem with bankruptcies, and when they get accounting irregularities, things like that, when they're going under, they can't figure out where the money went, and it's because it went where it wasn't supposed to. So again, the hiring practices are very important there. The human cost, and this is the kind of thing that your insurance company can't replace, and neither can a lawsuit, neither can paying you cash. Annually, there's 1.7 million acts of violence in the workplace in the U.S. And once you've been the victim of an assault, you don't take that back. You can't change that. 2/3 of employees, on the average, don't feel safe in their workplace. And your workplace is somewhere you go, you're awake in your workplace more than you're awake in your home every week. If you really think about it, 40, 50, 60 hours of work versus the time you have home, the time you work, you commute out, you commute back, you run the kids around to soccer and band, and you cook dinner, you're home a couple hours and you go to bed. You're awake in your house maybe 20, 30 hours a week. The rest of the time you're sleeping, you've got the doors locked, you've got a dog that'll bark, you've got some level of idea of security. The other 40, 50 hours out of the week, you're in some place where a lot of us, the doors are supposed to be open. The whole way you make money is to have your door open and let anybody walk through the door. And how do you stay safe? How do you respond when something's going bad? And not a lot of people are considering that. And once you're the victim, like I said, of workplace violence, you can't take that back. It doesn't matter what. And then also, when you start getting employees that aren't comfortable at work and they're disgruntled, I keep saying, sorry. I'll keep trying to move back and forth. I'll be a moving target. Your employees are going to, if they're disgruntled, if they're not safe, they're not comfortable, they're not happy there, they're more likely to cause you problems. And we were talking about, right before we started actually, about temporary employees. You've got the Christmas season coming up, places hire seasonally. Those great for winter jobs and then summer layoffs. When you've got people coming in that are going to be there for 3 months, what's their incentive not to take a little something extra with you when they walk out the door? And so what matters, what the concern of what you can do to prevent that is hire good people coming in the door, because once you have somebody bad in there, they know your business, they know the ins and outs, they know how to get around most of what you have for security. And so hiring good people is absolutely critical. And then the other thing, long-term considerations, once you have an incident in your workplace, you're going to have ownership of those employees, whoever was there, even after they're gone. And this was, everybody remember in 2006, the Essex Elementary School shootings? They had a fairly high number of, understandable, but a high number of teachers resign and leave. They couldn't go back to the school, or they tried and then they left. And a lot of that comes back to post-traumatic stress disorder. Most people aren't wired to deal with stuff like that on a daily basis. That's why they do what they do, and not in combat and realities. Our veterans are coming back with a higher rate of PTSD than ever before, or at least identified. And this is going to be a concept that if something happens in the workplace, even if it's fire, even if it's a lightning strike or a tree comes down, but if your employee was there and emotionally scarred by that incident, you as a business owner, you're going to end up with some ownership on that in terms of getting them back, either so they're still a valued employee to you, or if they decide that they're going to make an issue of it for